Welcome, everyone, from my heart and soul to the introduction to Tao Secrets of Longevity, an advanced retreat for your healing and spiritual journey. My name is Cynthia Hamilton. I'm one of the Tao Chang Master Teacher and Healers from the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver. And it's my great joy and honor to introduce to you our special guest tonight, who is no guest to the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver. Many of you have known that he was the center leader in Vancouver for many years, and I had the great honor of meeting him 15 years ago. Hard to believe, 15 years ago. And 15 years ago, I did not know at that time that he was a worldwide representative of Master Sha. I did not know at that time that he was the first disciple of Master Sha. I did not know at that time that he was the 374th Pengzu lineage holder and the only Pengzu lineage holder, non-Chinese ever. I did not know that he was the first to reach enlightenment. What I knew was what I felt when I was in his presence and when I left his class at the end of each day. And those of you who have been in his presence and have been meditating with him, maybe you joined us on Wednesday, maybe this is your first time that you're joining us. You know, and those of you who joined us on Wednesday and those who have known him for many years know what it is like to be in his field. And this is what Master Sha speaks about so much these days, the field. And so, as I mentioned, it is my great joy and honor to introduce him tonight. He will be with us, and he will be with us for the whole weekend. And it is my great hope that all of you have saved this weekend, this special time, to be in his presence, to be in his field, in the Tao calligraphy healing field of the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver. And since I met him 15 years ago, he has, of course, grown. He is now one of the Grand Masters of Master Sha. He is one of only 4 who teach the Tao, 1, 2, and 3, and more. He is also one of the 3 in charge of the Guanyin lineage program. And he is, as I mentioned, in my heart always. And I'm hoping that he is with us already. We have so many people joining us tonight. We're so honored to have all of you here with us tonight. Put up your hand or give us a thumbs up if this is your first time of joining us and joining us here at the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver. Do we have anyone here joining us for the first time tonight? If we do, and if you're not yet on our email list, we welcome you to join our email list so we can stay in touch. And we have here Melissa who's assisting us tonight, so please do put the link for people to join us, to join our email list so we can stay in touch. Do we have anyone here who has not met Peter Hudova before? Let's have a thumbs up. Well, if you have not yet met him now, you are in for a real treat. So without further ado, he is with us now. Welcome, 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 Peter Hudova. Thank you.
Good evening. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. It's my great joy and honor to be with all of you. So happy. Wow, many people came. Let me see who is here. Sarah Baker. It sounds familiar. Have I heard the name somewhere? Joanne Neumann. Merin and Phoebe. Phoebe, no idea who can be that. Irina, oh, look at that. The very one. Rick. Hello, Rick. So many others. Monique, bonsoir. Mark, hello, Mark. Hello. Melissa, hello, Melissa. Meng, hello, Meng. Hina, wow, that's very late for you. Thank you, you are a trooper. Wow, Barbara, oh yes. Rose, hello, Rose. That's nice. Beverly, Robert, Doris, Janice, Karen, the very one. Oh, Jane, Brad, Antoine, Catherine. Oh man, this is Nori. Oh, Nori, look at that. Oh, so many lovely names. Rosemary, Consuelo, Judy, Arlen, Bod, Yitka, oh, Evelyn, Cynthia, Alexia. Oh, yes. We got a team here, Judy, and then 2 phone calls. Well, that's marvelous. Am I happy or what? This really make me happy to see all these wonderful souls. This is a great start of the wonderful weekend. You know, I am already in my element. How can I say? I was 10 years old when I started to follow Tao. It's been decades and decades. I have been utterly satisfied with what I am learning from Master Sha. You know, this is just amazing to see now in my age, after so many years of trying and searching, coming to finally see that, how the Chinese masters understand Tao, how they teach it, and how they speak about it. And those many wonderful things that Master Sha is teaching, like coming like a mosaic coming together. And you know, I've been studying with Master Sha these Taoist techniques, teachings for many years. 2002, our dear teacher, Master Sha, was partaking on the World Congress of Qigong in San Francisco, 2002. And he was, to everybody's surprise, he was just selected as the Qigong Master of the Year for the whole world. Can you believe it? So for us, we were absolutely jubilant. And what happened next was that on that very gathering, it was like a world conference of Qigong, he met a very special man. Very special indeed. Master Sha told us, I see this man and all I see is a light. When I look at him, there is just this brightest light. And unbelievable, he must be so achieved. And then another student said, Master Patricia Smith, she's a sister of Marilyn Smith, she said, yeah, my Shifu, that time she was studying Qigong with some Chinese master before she met Master Sha. She said, my Shifu spoke about that. He said that there is a very special master from China. That was the first time my Shifu saw something he never seen before. He looked at that man and he didn't see one small area in the body where there would be darkness. That all the organs were pristine light, and his energy was flowing totally flawlessly. So my Shifu was absolutely shocked who that person is. And that person was Master Liu Dehua. Master Liu Dehua, very special person. And so what happened is that Master Liu Dehua was approached Master Sha. You are a young man and you now are a world Qigong master, and I see in you that you are very special. I see your energy. So, other masters could see Liu Dehua as totally pristine, but Master Liu Dehua also saw Master Sha totally pristine too. He said he wants to have a meeting. So they had a meeting, and Master Liu Dehua announced that he is a Pengzu lineage holder. And he said to Master Sha, I would select you as my next lineage because you deserve to be carrying the title for the China, for the history, next generation. And Master Sha, of course, said, okay, I will think about it. And he, as usual, talked to his heaven team, to God, Tao, all these saints. And he was told, yes, take this. And so he became a disciple of Liu Dehua. So Master Sha is 373 generation lineage holder of Pengzu. So Pengzu. So what happens is that it's just not something just like that. What happened is that the Master Sha had studied with Master Liu Dehua for some time. And so I'll show you maybe the pictures. There are very special statures of the Pengzu, and they are in the China. And Chinese, actually, if you go to any Chinese restaurant, most of them would have that you come there and you will find 3 statues. They are in a small red altar next to the door, and there are 3 old men. And one of them has a stick. So that one is called Pengzu. He's an ancient master for many, many years. And, he is venerated over the time, over the thousands years, because he is like a deity, So they deified him, and so now he is in very special place in the Chinese culture. And so, the Master Pengzu was very well known because he lived 800 years. And what happened is that he had followers whom he trained. So I'll show you the picture of the Pengzu. There are many you can find out, but usually those are the 3 statues you can find out. But this is a Pengzu. Yeah, so man who has this oddly shaped head, has a stick on which he has a hulu gourd, and is a very old ancient man. And so Pengzu is now considered one of the like a longevity star or god of longevity in Chinese culture. So this is it. So these are the three men, and you can find them in many different ways. When you walked into the Chinese restaurants, they are always there. Often there is an apple in front of them or incense. And, so that's what they have. It's the old tradition. So the Pengzu is one which has that oddly shaped head. You can appreciate that they are very special in Chinese culture. The Pengzu by himself was the teacher who passed down the knowledge, secret practices, secret techniques for the longevity. Yeah. So the one in the middle with the stick, that's a Pengzu. And you often find these in the shops, restaurants, and that's normal for Chinese people. This is absolutely normal. So what happens is that he was not an ordinary man. Pengzu was in the Royal Archives, like the head of the Royal Archives. He was a head of the ministry, in fact. And he served generations of the emperors. So the emperor, as a little child, would ask grandpa, you see this old man? And an emperor would say, yeah, I saw him when I was like you. He was already here. He's been with us for many hundred years. So for 800 years, the master lived 840 years, had 34 wives, many children. And eventually he lived a long life like that because he knew the secret of longevity, immortality. He was teaching very special practices, and finally it ended up in a strange way. So the lineage has been kept in seclusion for thousands of years. And so Master Shah studied with this teacher for 2 years, and then he invited me and Su Ching Su to join him in 2004. And we went to study with Master Du De Hua together, all three of us. And to our big surprise, he suggested that he will accept both of us into the lineage as the lineage holders. So that happened. We had a very ancient ceremony where the power of the lineage, the energy of the lineage was transmitted. Wow, I tell you, changed my life forever. So now here I am, custodian of one of the most ancient Taoist traditions. So this is it, that's we don't talk about it much, but I mentioned that specifically tonight, and please do not talk about it much. It is not necessary. I'm studying with Master Shah, that's all, no other teacher. But the fact is that the old master has decided to put me into that type of position because of something. And so what I want is Sarah, can you share with everyone, because we have students who are new here, who never experienced what you have experienced in those years when I was in the Vancouver and I was teaching actively. So what it used to be like when I was offering the Tao experiences to all of you.
We were the most blessed. I have to say we were we were the most blessed because we literally spent hours and hours and hours every week practicing and chanting and meditating with Master Peter in the field in the Master Sha Tao Center, and we had workshops every weekend, 2-day workshops every weekend. They would either be in Vancouver or they would be in another center in Victoria that we were building at that time in Victoria on Vancouver Island, which is across the water from us. It's a separate island from the mainland where Vancouver is. And the main city there is Victoria, and there was a beautiful spot there where Master Peter would go every other weekend. We were either in Victoria or we were in Vancouver, and we gathered. There were many, many, many of us, and we would just spend hours meditating in the field, doing these practices for longevity. Then every Sunday from, I think it was 2012 to 2017, every Sunday for 5 solid years without missing, Master Peter did a longevity and immortality meditation practice with us on Sundays. So we really, really benefited from just in a way that I don't think anybody else has ever experienced in Master Sha's group of students around the world, because Master Peter is unique in that he has studied the ancient masters for 40 or 50 years, and then was able to meet Master Sha and study with him for 22 years now, and take those two teachings and put them together in a way that is absolutely unique, probably in the world. So I cannot thank you enough, Master Peter, for all of the benefit that we received, and I didn't understand it really, a lot of it in the early years. I just knew that it was, fun to meditate with Master Peter, to go to be in the field with Master Peter, and that I came out of it feeling so much better. And I cannot thank you enough, because now I can appreciate what it was we were given much more fully. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful to you for everything that you have given to us over these many, many years. Thank you, Master Peter.
Here, thank you, Sarah, for your kind words. Yeah, that was what it was. We had absolutely fantastic time together, and I am the same way you are grateful. I am grateful also, because it was for me like I don't know why I'm talking about this. I haven't talked about this ever, but there must be a reason. So we'll follow the reason, and I'll show you something I haven't shared before like this. The only one who ever saw it is Master Sha. So and that tells you, that's another confirmation. If we ever, any of us needs any confirmation, I guess most definitely most of us we don't need that about who Master Sha is. But I'll show you something. This is what I have made while I was in Czechoslovakia still. You see, this is this type of, it came to me that I want to have it done like this, to make this type of, like a folders from hard cardboard, and then with these things to hold it. And I started to make my own books because I was studying the Chinese books. And here you are. This is in our language, Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching. But look at how I put it together. There were leaves. Then I made a hole, and then I binded them with cotton. And so that's my translation of the Tao Te Ching, which is about 40 years old. And so that's how I studied the ancient texts. And I have the binder like that. And there are different texts. And I have this type of thing, my shelf filled up, the different Taoist books translated and bound together. Why would I do that? Spending time in Czechoslovakia, translating ancient manuscripts and making my own this type of binding. So it was until I came to Canada and I started to study in U of T, University of Toronto, and I got the library card as a special entry because I was a postdoc studying neurosurgery, and I had access to the even special levels of the library. And then I came to the Chinese sections, and that's what they have. They have what is called the Dao Zhang. So what is Dao Zhang? Dao Zhang is like this. It's these type of boxes filled up with manuscripts in Chinese. So these are the ancient Chinese Taoist books. It's a compilation that was done in 15th century by emperor, and it looks like this. And as you can see, this box has this type of book bound together, exactly like this. I saw it, I studied. So I was making my own thing. Why did I do that? In my country, there was no such a thing. My soul has that urge, that desire in it. I was born like that. So that's the soul wisdom. That's what the soul brings from the past lives. And since childhood, I was 10 years old. I was not even a teenager. I already started to look for these and try to figure it out. And now I have a very special teacher. Very special indeed. Yeah, thank you, Master Shah, from my heart. Cannot thank you enough. So I just wanted to show this to you, so you understand the passion I have for the Taoist teachings. My team can tell you what they endured over the years with me. Who was that? Lavana once said, I never meditated so long and so much ever like with Master Peter. And I didn't know, was it a praise or was it a complaint? But I decided, this is a praise. So I crank it up even more. So we really spend hours and days and months and years of practicing the Taoist meditations and whatever Master Shah taught us those days. So, and this is not something I learned over the one weekend and then I glanced through Master Shah book and now I'm going to glitter. No. What I will be sharing tomorrow is compilation of my 50 plus years of studies and practices and practical confirmation on my own body, what works and what doesn't. All you need to look is my skin on my face and know that there is something in it. What Master Shah is teaching us, that these longevity techniques really work. I am an old man. I have some wrinkle here because I am focusing on my computer. So it's there for years and something here. Two here to each side and two here. But otherwise, my skin is just unbelievably smooth. My hairs are getting dark again. And I feel young. I feel happy and healthy as I can get. Few years ago, I got one illness. I had to have the medication. So I came to our pharmacy and the pharmacist is trying to look me up and say, I can't find you. I said, what do you mean? You moved here recently? I said, no, I've been here about more than 10 years. He says, that's strange. I said, what's strange? Well, in your age, everybody is taking some medication. Okay, well, then that's how it ended up. And, what can I say? That with Master Shah, the body becomes so healthy, so incredibly healthy. I never expected actually it can be like that, honestly. And it is because we are so lucky. We are absolutely so lucky that we have a teacher, Master Shah. Because Master Shah is, we talk about Pengzu, but Pengzu is only part of what Master Shah does. It's actually very little. Master Shah has absolutely unique system that has been given to him directly from heaven, from Tao. So it is not only these ancient techniques, ancient practices, what we are learning from Master Shah, these are new revelations. Because like Pengzu, when Pengzu came, he was bringing new techniques. Actually, Master Lu Dehua proved the point. He showed me the positions, the practice positions, Qigong tech positions that he is been taught by his master, the generation before, and showed us the pictures of excavations of some grave, which is known the person who lived there was more than 3,000 years ago. And there were several small statues that had exactly the same posture. So my teacher said, well, obviously this was Taoist practitioner who brought with him these statues of now people have statues of the three monkeys, like this, and like that, yeah? So they consider them like special, they keep them, so those days were different, and they were in those postures that we practice. So, and also in another texts, I found the pictures of those postures. They are on the fabric, on the silk from Han Dynasty, 300 BC. The same postures which our teacher was teaching us, similar postures were there. So we know this is very ancient. So Pengzu that time was teaching his revelations or whatever he learned from his other teachers. So he brought his new stuff, but our teacher, Master Shah, also is receiving many different techniques that are unique for him and that are the most relevant for our era. And what the issue is that this stuff is so important that it is beyond words, because at this time of evolution, we need something different. We can't rely only on what was given before. There are new things that needs to be done. There are new things that we need to learn. The Tao evolves. The Tao is not the same. We are learning all the time new things about the Tao. So let me start. The Tao is absolutely vibrant. Tao is absolutely living. It is not something that happened 2,000 years ago and nothing since. Please, no. Tao continues to evolve. Tao is living. Tao is ever changing. So what is the Tao? What are we going to talk? Tao is the source. Tao is the source of positive Shenqi that can transform negative Shenqi in our lives, including our health, relationship, and finance. The Tao is that source. It carries that. Tao carries that. It's a way. It's a source of all universes. The Tao is a creator, ultimate creator. Master Sha divides the Tao into two, big Tao and small Tao. Big Tao are the laws and principles. Small Tao are practices and practical techniques. So imagine you want to see, you can't. You want to hear it, you can't. It has no time, no space. It's not that today is more than it was yesterday, or tomorrow will be even bigger and more than it's today. No, it is changing, never stays the same. It's like looking at Vancouver. Vancouver is not frozen in time. It's a very different city as when I came. It's changing every day. Some new people come, some people leave. The new boat comes, another boat leaves. The new building is built, another one is taken down. There are new jobs, some jobs are gone. Some people are born, some people die. Some birds fly in, some birds fly away. All the time change, and the cars moving left and right. It's a vibrant city. So is the Tao. Tao keeps evolving, changing, and manifesting and demanifesting all the time. There are new galaxies formed, others are collapsing, new stars are born, others are going into dark holes. All the time change. So we can't capture it at any moment and describe it, this is Tao, because the moment we finish sentence is already different Tao. So we can't talk about it much. We can just roughly describe it as a power. As a power. And I was, first time when I heard that, I was 10 years old. I started the judo class. A Ju means a gentle, Do means Tao. The judo class is basically a class where you are learning gentle Tao. And the Tao, is like a water. It's less power you apply, the better. There is no it's just you can't capture. And my teacher was telling me, Peter, you are using too much muscles. Allow Tao do it for you. I'm thinking, what is he talking about? How can some Tao I don't even see can defeat my opponent? Took me years and years until I met Master Sha, how to do it. Well, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Master Sha was demonstrating something 2 years ago. And we were on the Zoom. And he said, Peter loves Tai Chi. Peter, show everybody your Tai Chi. So I showed my Tai Chi, and Master Sha said, Peter, you are still applying too much power. And I was honestly moving my hands like this, like that. And he would say, too much power, still. Thank you, Master Sha. Yeah, well, that's Master tells you, then you have to work on it. Yeah, you have to work on it. But it is so effective, it's beyond words. I learned, and I have a great respect to the Tao. And well, at any rate, so what we are actually doing, what Pengzi was doing, you know, that they were living a very long and healthy life. Why would somebody wants to have 34 wives? 34 generations, one dies, you get another one, then another one dies, another one. Oh, many, 34 mother-in-law. I mean, it's just enough for anyone. One is just enough. For the matter, well, so that's my experience. Blessed be her soul. She gave me absolutely perfect wife. I have no complaints. I just make jokes, yeah. So whatever it is that why he had to live so long, because some achievements, some goals take time. And Master Sha has now different technologies than Pengzu. So we can get enlightened in one weekend workshop. With Pengzu times, it took some decades, yeah? So you had to live long in order to reach enlightenment. So with Master Sha, we are like a rocket ship to the heaven. And that's why the ancient techniques focused on longevity, because they were working on living long lives. And we can learn something from these people. We can learn something that we can apply to our advantage, you know? So they show this old master, but it is before, because even this picture on its own has a many different meanings. This is how Taoists were teaching. So what do you see, Sarah, on this picture? Can you describe it for us?
I see the Taoist master. He has the gourds. He is looks like he is connecting with the animal and the flowers, the nature. There are red birds, creatures of some description, flying in the background with the mountain symbolizing, I think, probably, reaching up to heaven. Gosh, Master Peter, you've asked me these kind of questions before. I never do very well at it.
Okay, no problem, Sarah. Perfect. You did perfectly well.
Okay.
Well, so for example, here we have the stick. Those who study with Master Sha, they would know right away that this is a fachi. The old master has a fachi which he's using for his practices on other techniques. If you see this bottle here, it's called Hulu. So those who are with Master Sha, then you know that many of us, we have a bottle that has a kaiguan in which we have a holy water. Yeah, so this tells you already right away that he has what we already have, yeah? But now look at these two other symbols. You know, this is a deer, yeah? Or elk, how do you call it? Sarah, how do you call it? Elk or deer?
It's a deer, yes.
Deer. Yeah. So, you know, there are these antlers. And what you see here are butts, 3 butts. And so, may not tell you much, but if you study traditional Chinese medicine, then you would know that the dry butt and the powder from the deer antlers is used for increasing the long life. So you see, whatever these symbols are, they are used for the prolonging life in the traditional Chinese medicine. Don't try to capture bad smell and dries, and that's how you can spread coronavirus. Don't do that, please. Antlers you can buy actually in Chinese shops, powder from antlers. Yeah, I didn't know that. Manitoba is one of the top producers in the antlers for Chinese traditional Chinese medicine market. Manitoba, not Alberta. Alberta and Manitoba. Yeah, they are big farms for the where they are harvesting antlers. So at any rate, so these when you look on the old pictures, you get many different wisdom from it if you know how to look. But Master Sha made it all very easy for us. You know, we don't need to go into these ancient things. Master Sha made study Tao very simple, in fact. You know, he created this beautiful diagram. I'm studying 10 years, 12 years now, and I'm still learning something new each time I see it. So Tao produce one produce two, two produce three, three produce everything. So this is in Tao Te Ching. But this other part, it's not. This is Master Sha received from the heaven. And so Tao produce one is energy, is a chi that is not divided. It is unformed. Then it starts to divide over the eons, come to this level 2 where light energy forms heaven, dark, heavy energy forms earth. And these two energies then are joined with the one again and becomes three. So energies and the original message from Tao creates everything. So in this diagram, Master Sha captured everything, what we need for our practices, because this first level, there is a practice of the Tao, and then we come to yin-yang world, and this is us. And then from there, we need to return. But we learned with Master Sha that as soon as we come to this level 2, we start to have everything yin and yang, positive and negative. So, for example, our practices have to be positive and negative. So what does it mean? Well, one is sitting quiet, another one is chanting loud. So one is positive, one is negative, one is full, one is empty. So Master Sha teach you in the Tao, in the classics 3, Tao 3, every time you go to practice, he writes, you can either stand or sit. For best results, do both sitting and standing. Well, sitting is a empty practice, standing is a full practice. And so he always balanced practices yin and yang. If we are listening to his CDs, every CD Master Sha produced has a yin and yang in it. There is a part when there is a lot of chanting, and then there is a pause. There is just music. And there is another part where he's chanting. There is another pause where it's just music. And they alternate full and empty, full and empty, full and empty. He is an amazing teacher. He may not tell us all these details, but if you know and look for them, they are there. All the principles. From very first CD, he has maintained this system, yin and yang. So there is a balanced practice for each of us. And so we are going tomorrow go into many details. I don't have a time now to speak about everything. And what we'll do is better than to speak. I've been talking too long already. I just can't stop myself. I can't stop myself. So maybe we will practice a little bit. Okay? So when we are practicing longevity techniques, we are working on our Jindan. What we are working on is Jindan, and this is a Jindan. Golden bowl. Jin is a gold, Dan is a bowl. The Chinese Taoist masters wanted to develop a Jindan in this smelting pot or crucible. And then once they had it, then they believed that they are going to really wrong. Now, there was a school that we practiced, Inner Dan, Neidan, and the smelting pot is here. That's where we are creating our Jindan. So that's what we are going to do. Focus on this area, lower dantian. We focus on the lower dantian. With the hands, very simple. Show me your left thumb, grab it, 4 fingers, put them on lower abdomen. And focus behind your palms, visualize golden ball. Visualize golden ball. Focus on that golden ball and chant mantra. Try to keep that image of the golden ball in your lower abdomen, behind your palms. Simple invocation, dear heaven, dear Tao, dear source, all our treasures, and this beautiful calligraphy is in our center in Vancouver. We love you and respect you. Please help me. Each of you say for yourself, please help me. Help me to fully develop my Jin Dan, my longevity. I am extremely honored and grateful. Fill my lower dantian, my Jin Dan, with purest Shen Qi Jing of source, of Tao. Your soul, your Shen Qi Jing. Precious frequencies, vibrations of Tao. I am extremely fully developed my Jindan. I am extremely honored and grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. My dear soul, my body and heart, soul, my body and heart of my lower abdomen, my lower dantian, of my Jindan, I love you. Help yourself, heal yourself. Fully open, fully develop. Filled with the purest frequencies and vibrations of the source. Fully develop your power, capability, and purity. So what we will now focus on, and we will focus on our lower abdomen, on our Jindan area in my lower abdomen, and we will receive the frequencies and vibration of the Tao Chang, the field from the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver.
You listen to this music. Don't forget to request from your heart any blessing you wish to receive. Then say, thank you, thank you, thank you.
nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way.
道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。
Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way.
道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。
Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way. Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way.
道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。 然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然，道法自然。Follow nature's way, follow nature's way, follow nature's way.
好。We are extremely blessed. We are extremely honored. We are extremely grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Honor you, honor you, honor you. Wow. Oh, that was awesome. I had such a great time. Wonderful. Would any of the teachers in the center like to share? What was your experience?
I had an amazing experience of really feeling the power of the golden ball in my lower abdomen, expanding, and the heat and the radiant light, and just a feeling of only being conscious of the golden light, and sort of losing the feeling of the boundaries of the body and just being in that golden light. So it was a very beautiful experience. Thank you, Master Peter.
Beautiful. Mark, would you like to share your third eye images or your experience, whatever you like?
Thank you so much, Master Hadova. It's been a beautiful practice. It took me right out to the field that you're able to bring. Just everything we mentioned when you started is just bringing those memories back of what we used to do on Sundays. And I still remember that. And it took me right back to all that practice. And I felt, just like Sarah said, really concentrating on the ball, and it just started to move the energy very freely throughout the body. And then all of a sudden it just, the mind just went blank. I wasn't sure where we were. Kind of come back and say, oh, we're almost over now. So it's just looking forward to the weekend. What can I say? It's just very powerful. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Monique.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Peter Hudaba, for this beautiful practice and focusing on that area, lower dantian. And I had a, as Mark said, a beautiful memory. We were on Vancouver Island, and we were outside, and you were teaching us some of the Qigong practices. And I remember the field was like infinite. The field of energy around you was absolutely infinite. It crossed the ocean. It went far, far, far away. And I remember you asking, how far did the energy go? It was endless, absolutely endless. And during this practice, I had this same experience of endless, like unformed energy. I don't know where I went, but my body became very warm, and it felt like an expansion, endless expansion. And this is my experience around you, Peter Hudova, of your incredible ability to bring to us, to help us experience this infinite Tao energy. So I cannot thank you enough for this experience, expansive Qi energy experience. Thank you so much. And it's very warm here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Monique. Well, what can I say? The only thing is that it's not me, it's Master Sha. Without him, absolutely no way I would not be able to do anything. Before I met him, all I could do was reading books and try to stumble around. and try this and that. Nothing worked. So I had to search and search. But why I was searching is because I still didn't get the right thing. But with Master Shah, our first meeting, and things started to happen like never before. And so I know that that's what it is, you know. We are extremely, extremely fortunate, all of us, that we can be with him. And as Master Shah say, when you drink the water, remember the source. And from whatever you said, very obvious, that source or whatever we are drinking is Master Shah. So thank you, Master Shah. Always, always we need to remember this. So at any rate, what we will do now, we are going to offer some service, because you know the talking is one, practice is another, but there is still something else. And that something else are that something else is a service. You know, for many years, I was stumbling around because there were simply things in my life that were not so good. And so what it was, you know, I experienced in 1994, we were with Master Shah. Sorry, I didn't know Master Shah. We were with my family living in Toronto. And we were living in Toronto, and I was practicing my practices, and suddenly I had this heat coming up from my, I don't know, the polite way, you know, where there is a tailbone, French word derrière. I don't know if that's a polite word. I don't know how to call it in English, the lower part of your back. And that became extremely hot. And then heat was shooting up through my spine. And with the third eye, I could see it was like somebody was putting into my lower part of my back the red hot pillar, and it was pounding upward like this. Incredible back pain. I was on the floor screaming. It lasted about 3 days. I didn't go to emergency, because if I say, you know, guys, I'm meditating and now this heat is coming up from my buttock upwards, they would lock me in and didn't let me out. Years later, when I was in China with Master Guo, he said, I had the same thing. When my channel opened up, I had exactly the same experience. So what happened? Because there was a blockage. And I had to go through old Asian technique, very painful, and took years to open it up completely. But with Master Shah, you know, we do the services, and bang, one service, and blockage of energy goes out. You don't need to go these excruciating, painful experiences when the chi starts to flow and trying to burst through the blockage in the channel. Well, so that's what we will be doing today. And Mark will be if you agree, Mark, would you like to be a demo today, Mark?
Oh, thank you so much. Very honored and very grateful, very shocked. So thank you.
Well, thanks to the heaven, they choose you. I just open my ear and the message comes, and then it's what it is. I wanted to be a demo. I can't. I need to make jokes of myself, otherwise I would be making jokes is the best. So you will be receiving a very special service. Unfortunately, they tell me right away, we are going to use it as a Kong blessing on the retreat. And here we will be offering the Guanxin Buddha, the very high level also. It's just different. And the Guanyin is willing to come and offer the blessing to you. I have a Guanyin Fachi in my hand. So it will be, one of the services that we will be offering will be a Kong blessing. Kong blessing to purify, heal, develop 7 soul houses. And one of the keys of the 7 soul houses is the first house. And that's where you will be receiving a special blessing to open it up and fill it up with the light. You know, the Guanxin Buddha will shoot the light through your body and pound it into the first soul house. And so clean it and fill it up. Okay, close your eyes, tell Guanxin Buddha whatever you want to tell her. I'm honored to serve. Okay. And master teachers, please observe. I will ask you if you can share the later. So, and everyone close your eyes, because when the blessing is coming to Mark, then of course everybody else is receiving the frequency vibrations also. So I'm extremely honored and grateful to be empowered by Master Sha to do this very special service. I'm extremely honored and grateful I can serve Guanxin Buddha. Guanxin Buddha, Fachi blessing, level 1 with Fachi. Start, offer blessing to Mark Soparlo to heal, purify, develop his first soul house as appropriate. Start, silent blessing. How. You are extremely blessed. I am extremely blessed to be your servant. How? Okay, Mark, can you share with us? Thank you, Guanxin Buddha. Thank you, Master Sha, from my heart.
Well, I can't thank everyone enough. It's just so much light. Third eye is quite active. I don't know if I can share everything I saw, but really there's a huge power that comes in, and it's quite structured. And as it starts to move through the body down to the first soul house, it really started to, I saw it just kind of like a lot of particular blockages starting to dissipate. Like with the third eye, you can kind of see different areas that are gray, but also with my knowing, you know, there's a mess that, so, and just so wonderful. Thank you so much, Peter, for this, for offering this, and thank you, Master Shah. Thank you.
Okay, Monique, can you share with us your third eye images?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share this, the witness of this incredible blessing. And as soon as the blessing started, beautiful, in the realm of heaven and all the Buddhas and saints and beautiful light beings and Guanchen Pusa pour down this light for the first chakra. And what I saw is that all the yin meridian in the body were lightening up with golden light and a golden connection down to the earth, like beautiful yin connection with Mother Earth. And then as soon as it was like going into a special chamber where the first chakra was being purified. And like Mark said, so many things were being purified and the light was shining. And then it was like starting a water jet of like up all the way up to the top of his head and coming down in beautiful golden infinite bubbles of light surrounding Mark. And so the purification, the transformation was so beautiful to witness. And he was in a channel, beautiful channel of light, very big, huge, going all the way to heaven and down deep to Mother Earth, like incredible connection with, yin and yang, with this beautiful connection. So congratulations, Mark, and thank you so much, Master Shah, for allowing you, Peter, to transmit those incredible treasures. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Cynthia, could you please do the flow? What was the power and significance of this blessing for the Mark?
Thank you very much. I'd be honored to. How? This is the soul of the Master Sha Tao Center in Vancouver speaking. My beloved Mark, with this service today, you have been selected and have received a very special blessing to move you into the next phase of your spiritual journey. And the physical aspects that were transformed were beyond the comprehension of what could be achieved in this moment. You are being prepared, beloved one, for a very special assignment. And with this blessing, you will move into this assignment with ease. Heaven has seen your heart and rewarded you on this day. You are loved and blessed. How? How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Master Peter.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you from my heart. Thank you, Master Shah. So this is the blessing which I see right now. Oh, Mark, how do you feel now after the few minutes after the blessing? Then I tell you what I see.
It's still like it still feels like it's still going on, and I really resonated with what was said because I didn't share everything, but for the last couple of months I've been knowing there's going to be a huge shift happening. That's all I can say, and literally everything in that's going around and around me is almost going upside down in a way I've never seen it before. So. But I'm still feeling that the light, the heat, the movement in the body, and it's just like this expansion. It's these blessings have such a power to almost instantly move me into a whole different space, and I've been wanting to go into a different space for a while, but I felt, that blockage there, and it's just moved me effortlessly into that. And now I'm just, I don't know what to say. It's just like you're just trying to integrate. It'll probably take me a week to figure all this out, but I just feel much more grounded, much more at peace, and the movement I'm feeling in the body is absolutely incredible. Like, the Taoist practices are all about moving that energy effortlessly through the body, and this has really helped me to open up that whatever was needed, and it feels like everything is just flowing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark, from my heart for your sharing. Yes, this is why is this so important? This blessing. So many different ways. Master Shah always brings something very special to us. And, when I start to study with him, I got absolutely wild because he fulfilled my deepest, wildest dreams were coming true from the first moment. So for many, many years, I was trying to find out the secrets of how to practice a circle, energy circle. I read about it, but I was not able to find out any teachings how to practice it. And so Master Shah very quickly started to teach that. In fact, if you study his books, already in one of the early books, Soul, My Body Medicine, he was writing about the circle, how to practice it. And that has been something which I wanted to do so many years, I really tried my utmost best to find it, but what can I say? It was so elusive. And so in early times when I was still a child, a young man, I would say. So those days, I was trying to decipher the teachings. As I said, I was translating things. One of the books, it's called Huang Di Neijing. Huang Di Neijing. So this book, how can you learn from this? I didn't speak read Chinese. It is Asian Chinese. Most Chinese people can't read this. And so there was this type of picture there. I realized this must be something very, very special. And so it starts here and goes up like this, circle like this. And then took me several years until I found out what these balls means, what these little balls means, and what the arrows are pointing to. And it starts down here, at the bottom. So that's the driving energy area that is shooting energy upwards. And this is what I was opening in 1994. That's where I had the pain because energy was trying to go up, but couldn't break through. So that's why I had a huge back pain. And once it opened up, then energy started to shoot upwards. It was crazy stuff. Now we have different ways, like we demonstrate to Mark, that one blessing, it's opened up. You don't need to spend, like me, 5 years to open it up and then go through horrendous pain. So at any rate, this driver had to be purified for Mark and filled up. So now this area is very beautifully pristine, very powerful, pulsating with energy. And so he can utilize it for running the circle. Yeah. And so that's what it is. And we are very blessed that Master Sha gave us these opportunities where he trained the teachers like Master Francesco, Master Cynthia. Those are the leading teachers. Yeah. Then we are several of us. Next layer. Now we were with Master Francesco, Master David, me, Master Alan. We were 4 of us certified to be Dao 1, Dao 2 teachers. And recently Master Sha extended to Dao 3. What means Dao 3 is the the third book. Yeah. And so he, Master Sha, examined us, he trained us, and then empowered us. So we have the special power to teach these things. It's like some people have a divine healing hands or Dao healing hands to heal. We have the Dao 1, Dao 2, Dao 3 transmission to teach Dao. So that's where these experiences you described were coming from, Sarah, all of those years. Nothing special about me. It was a transmission to teach Dao that Master Sha gave to me. Yeah, thank you, Master Sha. So this is what we are going to experience this weekend. I'm so happy I can do it. This is going to be my vintage class, if you will, or my trademark class, or I don't know how to say that. What do you think, Sarah? How can we say this type of class? Well, it's to be in my element class. I don't know how else. Yeah, signature class. Yes, thank you, Barbara. Signature class. I don't know, signature. I am not special in that. I would say vintage. Old guy who is decommissioned, sits on the mountain, come down, and share the wisdom. Oh, well, that's what it is. I guess we need to leave the room for the young and brave. And I just somehow we rattle around and be happy whenever I am. I'm happy whenever I am. Well, that's what it is. Oh, yeah. You see, after those years, you are trying, all you can do is laugh. They even signed me up for the class. I'm coming to Toronto in August, and I'm going to teach a class where one of the transmission is a laugh. I don't know who got that idea, but seems appealing to me enough to come. So one of the transmission was be happy, no worry, be happy. You know that song? He got no cash, he got no money, don't worry, be happy. That is one of the transmissions. Oh, well, that will be a workshop, all right, but only 2 hours. So this is going to be 2 days, you know. I will be just in my element and we have a fun, you know. I think it's going to be this energy already coming where we are laughing, you know. And once I was asked to teach in Tao retreat in Estes Park, I came up and I started to laugh. And I was laughing for 10 minutes. I couldn't stop. And I could see some master teachers sitting there. Peter is again doing his thing. More I was looking at that face, more I was laughing. And I knew, oh, this can end up badly. You know, Master Shah may be happy, maybe not. But you know what? He was happy. And they even put that video on the YouTube. So for years, I was on the video laughing. I already feel that energy right now coming. It's a very special energy. It's called Tao Shizai, Tao happiness. Doesn't come often. I don't experience it very often myself, but now it is really, really coming. So don't miss that. 2 days in Tao Shizai and many, many things more. You know, I am just ready to give my best. And this is going to be, when I was leaving the center 5 years ago, 2017, Guanxin Buddha and Pure Land saints came to say goodbye. It was 3 days workshop that was absolutely stunning. I never before, and I don't think after, I have given the one-in workshop like that. That was like the whole center was giving farewell to me. All these saints just gathered, and the revelations, the teachings that were coming, the power in which we were. I mean, I don't know how you feel. I have never forgotten that 3 days. Totally remarkable. And I feel that this workshop also will be like that to a degree, that the Tao force is coming to make a mark, that we will be remembering from whatever reason it may be. But it is my only workshop this year about the Tao, Tao teachings. So, you know, and they choose Vancouver for it. I can't wait. I really, really cannot wait. So I invite all of you to join. If you can't be present right at the moment because there are some other things you need to do, just register and then watch the records, which is not ideal, but it's second best. But don't let it go, this one. Myself, I'm not going to let it go. I'll be there. So, and a wonderful team from the Vancouver, Master Jimena, Cynthia, Monique, Sarah, Mark, will be there for you. We'll be with all of you through those very special moments. And we are going to enjoy the beauty of what Master Sha has given to humanity. The connection to Tao, connection to Source. As I said, without him, I am nothing. But now, once I have this treasure to turn on, to teach Tao 1, Tao 2, Tao 3, why not? I will turn them all, 3 of them, and let it blast through the whole 2 days. That's an idea that just came to me. I think it's a lovely idea. What do you think? And getting all those saints from the center on the top of it, and we'll have a blast. And so join me and let me serve you. You will not make me a happier man. Okay. So who is master of ceremony? I let them close and do calling, whatever information you need, how to register and all of that. I have no clue. Already I'm slipping into Kundun. So I think it's a good place for me to be. So I leave it to the master of ceremony.
Thank you so much. Oh, can you imagine? This was 1.5 hours and we're going to have 2 whole days. So you can see in the chat box, thank you so much, Melissa, for putting the registration link in the chat box. Many of you have received the newsletters with the registration link as well. If anyone has any issues whatsoever, please call the center and leave a message. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. 778-379-9920. We'll get that into the chat box for you as well. And look forward to seeing you. And of course, our special guest, Grandmaster Peter Hudoba, who is already in front of the mountain, ready to serve us with his Tao Shizai for the weekend. Thank you from my heart and soul for joining us this evening. See you on the weekend. Bye-bye for now.